kind of patient's risk or subgroup patient. There's all actually is in the research setting.
Gotcha. And what are some of the things in the research setting that are considered?
There's still very is a lot of, it's all moving target actually. So I don't think there's anything actually is close to anything actually is that can be actually is meaningful for the since actually the euro is probably is for the market, so anything close to that, nothing. Still thousands of miles away.
Got it. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about these patients when they come in to clinic and they're diagnosed with pancreatic cancer? Where do they start, roughly speaking? What percentage start as maybe early stage disease, local disease? Which percentage come with metastatic disease? And then what are the, generally speaking, how do these patients go through the treatment continuum?
So you have about 20% patient at the time of diagnosis, it's technically resectable, and then you have another about the 30% patient who actually are not technically resectable, either actually is technically not resectable, but or they're having also potential technical challenge issue, and but you can using the chemotherapy and radiation therapy to downstage them. So that's about 30% patient, and then you have about 50% patient actually presented as metastatic disease.
Okay. And you mentioned it for that middle group, but how do you then go about treating these patients? So that first 20% that are resectable.
Start with the chemotherapy, neoadjuvant chemotherapy, preoperative chemotherapy.
Yep. And for that first group, do they get neoadjuvant as well, or they go straight to surgery?
First group actually is it's still debating actually, so whether actually should start with the chemotherapy or actually go directly to surgery.
Got it. And after they've gotten the surgery, do they traditionally receive adjuvant chemotherapy?
Yeah, if they haven't received any chemotherapy for surgery yet, they receive adjuvant chemotherapy.
So adjuvant chemotherapy, is that a less debated topic that's pretty consistent across the board?
Adjuvant chemotherapy, the standard care adjuvant chemotherapy, exactly same as the chemotherapy that we treat with the metastatic disease.
It's the same. Okay.
Same chemotherapy, essentially.
Got it. The adjuvant. How long does the adjuvant therapy in a post-resected patient?
6 months.
6 months. Okay. And the same for that middle group who more typically receive the neoadjuvant therapy to downstage. They'll get the same post-treatment.
Yes, about the same. I think that part actually is also a little bit far away from the market because that's sort of a more kind of defined as a standard. How let's say actually is the more kind of academic, sort of way to define the treatment.
That middle group's still more investigational in nature?
Not investigational, but it's more kind of academic.
Got it.
Yeah, so kind of it's more kind of an academic discussion than rather than actually, I know what your client will be interested in, but it's not going to actually relate to their drug development sort of thing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, in terms of how long, that's really not going to be,
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's helpful. And so in terms of unmet needs, it sounds like that there's a lot, right? It sounds like you have very limited options with surgery, chemotherapy, radiation. If you were to sort of describe the unmet needs in more detail, how might you describe those?
So unmet need is it's more kind of you have to compare with other cancers. So different people probably will say different unmet need. Certainly, the pancreatic cancer, their mortality and the long-term survival also very poor. So that's that's